Prayers.
Almighty God, who in thy wisdom and goodness has appointed the offices of rulers and parliament for the welfare of society and just government of men, we beseech thee to behold with thy abundant favor us thy servants, whom thou hast been pleased to call to the performance of important trusts in this land. Let thy blessing descend upon us here in this house assembled. Grant us that we may treat and consider all matters that shall come under our deliberation in so just and faithful a manner to promote thy honor and glory, to advance the peace, prosperity, and welfare of this country and of those whose interests thou hast committed to our church. Amen.
Communication from the chair.
Honorable members, today's sitting marks the end of this ordinary session. That is the second ordinary session of the Assembly in the 2023 legislative year. This session was precisely a 3-week ordinary session with lots of businesses. This session also witnessed the State of the Nation address, SONA, by His Excellency the President of the Republic, and other legislative processes of critical bills, one of which is already passed by this Assembly, including other important motions and reports. Honorable members, as has always been said, the business of the plenary can never be exhausted. We will therefore today start the motion on the adjournment debate to adjourn this ordinary session, sine die. Therefore, I wish to welcome His Excellency the Vice President and all honorable ministers here in present to attend this very important sitting of the Assembly, being the adjournment debate. This is a unique sitting of the Assembly at the end of each ordinary session, allowing honorable members the opportunity to discuss and debate on cross-cutting issues, which of course requires the attention of the executive. At the appropriate time of the debate, I will invite His Excellency the Vice President and the honorable ministers to also participate in the debate and respond to issues raised regarding their portfolios. Honorable members, in this circumstance, we will sit to finish the adjournment debate today. The Office of the Clerk shall provide the necessary meals, that's dinner, especially to some of our Jaranka friends. Thank you very much, honorable ministers, honorable members, Your Excellency, the Vice President and honorable ministers. Clerk, we may now proceed.
Correction and approval of records of votes and proceedings of the National Assembly sitting of Wednesday, 21st June 2023.
Honorable members, the record of votes and proceedings of Wednesday, 21st June 2023 is before us for correction and approval. Can any honorable member please move a motion for the correction and approval of the said record of votes and proceedings? Honorable member for Jara West.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I rise to move that the record of votes and proceedings of the National Assembly sitting of Wednesday, 21st June 2023 be considered and approved. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Any seconder, honorable members? Honorable member for Same.
Thank you, I rise to second the motion.
Honorable members, it has been moved and seconded that the record of votes and proceedings of the National Assembly sitting of Wednesday, 21st June 2023 be considered and approved. Any issues or observations from honorable members are welcome. We honorable members, I think we all have copies of the record of votes and proceedings. As usual, we will look through it page by page, beginning with page 1. Any honorable member who wants? Honorable member for Basse?
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. On question for oral answers on the number 8, Honorable Minister for Tourism, Arts and Culture. But you put Honorable Minister for Tourism and Culture. Arts should be there.
On page 1?
Page 1.
Item number 3, question for oral answers. Number 8, he's saying Honorable Minister for Tourism and Culture is what we have. It should be Honorable Minister for Tourism, Arts and Culture. Are we fine? Page 1. Yes, Honorable Olundum.
No, I wanted to confirm. I don't know to arts. I don't think arts is part of the. It's correct. Arts and culture. No, it should have been utensils.
What? Yes. Who's spoken? The chair of the care of tourism. Where is he? Honorable.
Yes. I said it's arts and culture. It's part of it.
So, honorable members, let's take note. But we now move to page 2. Honorable member for Banjul North.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Page 2, as the Deputy Speaker will always address me as member for Banjul South. Number 40, Honorable Fatumata Njai is member for Banjul South and not member for Banjul North. Honorable Modu Lamimba is the only member for Banjul North.
It's true. You said number?
40.
40.
Yes, please.
Yeah, Honorable Fatumata Njai is member for Banjul South. Yeah. Any honorable member for Banjul North. I hope yours is correct. Your consequence is
no, mine is correct. But it is also okay if you can give me 2 constituencies at the same time.
Honorable members, we now move to page 3. Sani Mentoring.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. On page 3, number 3, questions for oral answers. And under Roman number 1, you have question number 009, 2023 by Honorable Member Fufonyi Bintankaranai. Asked, answered, and generated 5 supplementary questions which were answered. Asked, answered, S is added and it should be deleted. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Noted. Any more on page 3 rather? Honorable nominated member, Keba Lam Fofana.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, under the following members were absent without permission, my name is listed. I did try contacting you, but I couldn't get you, so I decided to call the Deputy Speaker and get permission from him. Thank you.
Deputy Speaker, will you confirm that? Yeah?
Yes, Honorable Speaker, yes.
Okay, thank you very much. Number 56. Be moved to those absent with permission. We now move to page 4. Page 5. Jara Central, member for Jara Central.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I know you like troubling Jarankas, but we are your seniors, rather. Yeah. We are your seniors. Okay, thank you, Honorable Speaker. Question number 149 of 2023 by the Honorable Member for Joshua. If you read that last paragraph, Honorable Member for Banjul Central and was referred to the Minister. The article D was missing there. Thank you.
That's the last one, question number 149 of 2023. The second line, Honorable Member for Banjul Central, and was referred to D. He said the article THE should come before the Minister. Who? Banjul South?
No, it's okay. It's fine.
Honorable members, we now move to page 6. Banjul North?
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. On page 6, question number 107 of 2023 by Honorable Member for Bakau and not Baku.
Thank you very much. Honorable Member for Woolly East.
Yes, thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Same problem. Question number 172. They say it's Honorable Member for Upper. So it should be Upper Salum, I believe, that asked that question. Upper Salum.
Honorable members, question number 172 of 2023. Honorable Member for Upper Ad Salum. You see? Any more on page 6? All right, we now move to page 7. Banjul South.
Thank you. Mr. Speaker, the question I asked, 126, it says asked, answered, and generated 2 supplementary questions. I will not say answered. I will say insufficiently answered, for that matter. Thank you.
The reference here is all questions were answered or not answered. Honorable Member for Woolly East.
Yes, thank you. Honorable Speaker, we took a trend. If you look at 124, at the tail end of the second line, which were answer. So it should be in the past tense. And that trend should continue wherever. And then if you go to the last one, 130 also, it was 1 supplementary question, which was, not where, which was answered. I think those are the, you.
124, where you have the last line, questions which were answers, it should be ED, and wherever it appears, isn't it? Huh?
No, that is one problem, but if you go to the 125,
125,
it only says generated 3 supplementary questions, but which were answered was missing, that phrase.
Yeah, I think it should be added.
So which were answered should be there, and then wherever it is missing, because it's many places missing in the text.
Yeah, basically, if the principal question generate supplementary questions, they are either answered or not answered. It should be stated. What about 126? It's the same thing, isn't it? Yeah. Okay. All right. And the last one, go ahead.
130. The last, the second line is which were answered. It should not be which were because it's only 1 supplementary. So it should be which was. The where should be changed to was.
Okay.
Yes, you've seen it.
It was 1 supplementary question, and therefore, instead of where, WAS. Huh? Thank you, Honorable Member for Woodley East. Table office, you are noting these things down. We now move to page 8. Honorable Member for Sanimentary.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. For question number 151, 2023 by Honorable Member for Fonyi Bintang Karanai. And question was withdrawn by the Honorable Member. Can't we frame it in a way that we can say Honorable Member for Fonyi Bintang Karanai asked a question and it was withdrawn?
What it meant is it was not asked.
Okay. All right, I understood. Thank you.
Honorable members, can we now move to page 9? Yeah, sorry. Yes. Honorable Member for Jara Central.
Thank you once again, Honorable Speaker. I think the member for Sanimentering would have just said to add the Article D to be more specific with regard to that particular situation. The word Article D should be added before the question, to say the question was withdrawn by the honorable member. Thank you.
Do we put the Article D? Honorable member, I'm listening. Okay. On 150, question number 151, the question was withdrawn by the honorable member. Question on page 9 now, honorable members. Page 9. Yes, Willie East.
Page 9, question number 143, second line, between supplementary and questions at the tail end, there is 2. That 2 is not, I don't think it's necessary. Is it 2 questions or 4 questions? Because they put 2 and then put. I believe that 2 should be removed.
Whatever it is, the 2 should go out from where it is. And whether it is now 4 or 2 questions is the question. Which one? 4 questions. Okay. Please note it down and correct that. Any more on page 9? We move to the last page, page 10. Fonyi Kansala.
Honorable Speaker, I want us to look at various questions, ranging from question number 196 to 134 and 197. In 196 says, Honorable Member for Fonyi Bakau, Honorable Member for Fonyi Banjul Central, and Honorable Member, Member for Fonyi Banjul North. So I don't know whether the Fonyi is taking over the Banjul City and Bakau.
Honorable members, question number 196. Member for Bakau, is it Fonyi? Is it for the Fonyi should be out? Am I right?
I want to ask a question whether these things are written by people or it is automated system. Because what the honorable member for council is saying is I don't understand it. Whether people write this or it's automated as we speak. Thank you very much.
Honorable members, question number 196. Is it member for Fonyi or member for Bakau? It's member for Bakau. So the Fonyi should be out. It should be honorable member for Bakau. And then on question number 134, Fonyi Banjul Central. The Fonyi should be out. And 197, Fonyi Banjul North, the Fonyi should be out. Am I right?
Should be out.
The Fonyi could not win one area. Thank you very much, Honorable Member for Fonyi Kansala. Any more observations on page 10? No. Huh? Badanali ala kilimo dida alifanan ka jibe. Ni fe on type ka jibele. Honorable members, it has been moved and seconded that the record of votes and proceedings of the National Assembly sitting of Wednesday, 24th June, 2023 be approved with amendments. Those in favor, please say aye. Those not in favor, please say no. The ayes have it. I thank you all. Honorable members, I now invoke Section 14.3 of the standing orders for us to change the order of business necessitated by urgent circumstances, that instead of beginning with the Health Ministry, we begin with the Ministry of Tourism, Arts and Culture. Clerk, please note down and announce.
Orders 47, 48, and 100, oral minister's reply. Minister's reply to the report of the National Assembly Select Committee on Tourism, Arts and Culture, Youth and Sport visit to sporting facilities and tourism sites across the country, 17 to 25th October 2022, by the Honorable Minister for Tourism, Arts and Culture.
Thank you, Clerk. Honorable members, after the adoption of the Select Committee on Tourism, Arts and Culture, Youth and Sports, visit to sporting facilities and tourist sites across the country from the 17th to the 25th of October 2022, in the previous session, the report was submitted to government, and in particular, the Honorable Ministers for Tourism, Arts and Culture, and the Ministry of Youth and Sports, respectively, for their consideration and reply, as per Order 100 of the Standing Orders of the National Assembly. Accordingly, the Honorable Minister for Tourism, Arts and Culture is scheduled today for a reply to the report. May I now invite the Honorable Minister for Tourism, Arts and Culture to the podium and make his statement.
Honorable Speaker of the National Assembly, honorable members, I read the report of the Select Committee on Tourism, Arts and Culture and Sports, Youth and Sports, and understood the report very well, and appreciated the job that was done by honorable members. And the concern raised, well understood, and indeed, my ministry have already started in earnest to look at some of the recommendations by way of implementing them as soon as the resources, some of them deserve resources, and we're engaging the Minister of Finance, and some of the issues, in fact, we have already started discussing with the Finance Minister to see how best we can address them. One of them is the issue of the Mungo Park memorial sites that the contractor yet still to complete works on the project. Reason being, we didn't have the money to pay him to complete the job. And the finance minister have agreed to provide that money so that the contractor can be paid and complete the job. The other issue they raised is about the access road to the sites. That can only be dealt with in the 2024 budget, which of course will be before the honorable member for consideration and approval at the material time. The other issues also raised with regards to the works that's ongoing in the lodges that they visited, so to Masare, Kankiling, and of course the one in Bara. I'm happy to report that the Soto Masare one is completed. There was a variation regarding the fencing of the area, and the Gambia Tourism Board is in discussion with the GPPA to identify a contractor to fence the areas. And the one in Bara now, also works is ongoing, and the ministry have requested the Gambia Tourism Board to provide funds to the contractor for him to complete that job. It's not been an easy task, but I think finally we're getting there with regards to these lodges. And the other issues raised, as far as I'm concerned, was the issue of Kinta-Kunte Island, which is James Island, as it is known to some of us. I think they talked about the disappearing of this great asset of our country. I want to inform the honorable members, out of the World Bank $68 million, almost 40-something million dollars will be invested in the restoration of James Island. It is taking the chunk of the money. Subsequent governments have tried repeatedly to access funds to fix that island, unfortunately have not succeeded. But we succeeded in getting that money. So I can assure honorable members that there will be an international tender through the World Bank and the government of the Gambia for the Kunta Kinte Island to be restored to its originality. And I think that would be one of our greatest achievements as a government in preserving one of our greatest sites, that which is, of course, a UNESCO site, heritage site. With regards to other sites, regard access to jetties, and the rest of it is all part of the component of the World Bank component. When we were negotiating this project, we decided to make sure that we put everything holistically before the World Bank. And that was, we thought it was a good idea, and of course, the World Bank bought in for it. And today that would address some of the issues that we have. Our ongoing works in making sure that some of our historic sites are covered. Some of them will be done by government, because the Kirbach site was sponsored by the government of the Gambia in our normal budgetary allocation, which was in the national budget. Wasu, the same thing. The same thing with the issue of Mongo Park. So all other ones in the country, we've got an inventory of them, will be done through the government of the Gambia. However, there were some serious omissions that I've discovered that the committee did not take into account. And I just want to bring it to the attention of the committee. That is the Gambia Tourism Hospitality Institute, the training facilities that we have provided for our rural Gambians. That is, the branches they have in Farafenni was not visited. Students were not approached. The branch that we have in Janjambure was not visited. It was also omitted. And I think we have trained so many people, but we still face some serious challenges where those trained, instead of staying in the rural area, despite of availability of job, they prefer coming down to the urban area. And that we still feel is a concern that needs to be addressed. Some of them get married and abandon the profession. They tend to leave, which is a natural thing, part of our tradition and culture we cannot avoid. Mr. Chairman, I must commend the committee for a job well done. And I think this type of visits, this type of jobs would also put us on the toes to make sure that the executive is aware of part of its responsibility to remind us what needs to be done and how it should be done. Mr. Chairman, also Mr. Speaker, I'm ready to answer any question relating to the report, because I have read the report throughout and understood all the contents of the report. Thank you.